Is a CPA better than an accountant? Well, I think so. And here's the reason why. A CPA has to go through a certain amount of educational background before they can get their license. Generally, it requires a master's degree. And so they have the educational background, which helps with some of the technical things that they know. Also, a CPA generally has to work under the supervision of another CPA before they can get their license. So I think it gives them a little bit of a head start in experience and education. They have to meet certain standards. The other thing is a CPA, if they do any attestation work, so attestation work are things like audits, or sometimes there are reviews. Reviews are like audits of certain components of a balance sheet. Compilations. A compilation is taking the company's financial information and putting it in the form of financial statements. So I think a CPA, they have to perform to certain standards. And if there is a CPA firm, the firm itself has to go through a peer review if they do any of the attestation work. So because of that, I do think a CPA is a little more qualified. Anybody can call themselves an accountant. Anyone, they don't even have to have a degree. They can study up on QuickBooks or study up on doing accounts payable, accounts receivable, paying bills, and they can say, I'm an accountant. Whereas a CPA, you actually have to have a license. The other thing is with regard to taxation. So the IRS will only let certain people represent others before them. So an attorney can represent someone before the IRS, and also a CPA can represent someone before the IRS. So if there's an IRS issue involved, a CPA can actually have a power of attorney filed with the IRS. They can call them on the phone, they can discuss issues, they can look at tax transcripts, they can negotiate, and so those are things that an accountant that does not have a license cannot do. The IRS does make an exception. They'll let a non-CPA practice before them if they become an enrolled agent. To do that, they have to pass an exam with the IRS. So in my opinion, I think a CPA has a little bit more experience, has a higher educational background, and so I think they're a bit more qualified to help people in their accounting.